And we're back. 10 minutes is over like that. You can hear the machine going, turn me off. So I'll show you all the steam that's come out of there. Be very careful when you're playing with steam. It can burn you. So I've got 3 lovely dishes or 3 lovely jars ready to go. Okay, so our next step is to blend it. Now be careful, this is very hot. Make sure you have your cap on. Okay, and then you're going to press start. So it's blending it. It'll start slowly and then it'll move up. You hear that? It's now blending all of the ingredients down to a pulp. Yep, chopping them up as it goes. It's really exciting when it does this. Imagine with your pumpkin soup. Oh, nearly winter. We can have some nice warm soup. 35 seconds to go. So we've cooked it up. Now we're blending it. And they're just scraps that I would normally have put in the Fogo bin that we've got now. So the next step is once this is over, we're going to transfer them into the sealable containers. Very carefully because that was hot. And I'll talk to you about making your stock into powder in a moment. Just let this noise stop. Right, that's it. So it will allow me to take the lid off only when it's not too hot. You see that red? That means it's very hot. So it's allowed me to release it. Be careful because that's hot. When we pick it up, we've got stock. I'm not sure whether you can see that very well, but it is divine. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking I might leave it exactly like that. But if you like it a lot thinner, you can, of course, a lot more chopped up. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the tips. So when you have your machine on, it will give you your overview, which is the front screen. I'll just bring that a little bit closer and you won't see me, but you'll see the screen. That should be okay like that, actually. Okay, so it says wet vegetable stock. It gives you all your ingredients. It tells you what device you will need. It tells you your useful items that you'll need, which is sealable containers. So it also does the prep, so it tells you what it is, but it's also got tips. So the tips for the TM31 users, when blending, gradually increase the speed from 5 to 7. Exactly the same recipe, but just be very careful that you only do it slowly. This is locked in, cannot explode, it's fine. So a tablespoon of stock paste in there is equivalent to 1 shop bought cube. No preservatives, no additive, no extra salt unless you put it in. To make vegetable stock, you just add 1 tablespoon per 500 grams of water. You can store the stock paste in a sealable container in the refrigerator for several months. The salt in this recipe is used as a preservative, as I said to you before. When mixed with water and described above, the stock will not taste too salty. So in other words, if you've put your 150 of salt in, it may taste salty, but not as salty as it is if you've tasted it, and it will be very salty. If you wish to decrease the salt in this recipe, we recommend you store the stock paste in the freezer. Mine is always in the fridge because I'm using it every day cooking. If you wish to decrease the I've told you that one. Small quantity of sea vegetables such as dulse, wakaman and combo can be added to the stock for extra flavour and nutrients. If I knew what any of those were, I may use them, but I don't. You can adapt this recipe using any leftover vegetables in your fridge. Weigh into the mixing bowl to ensure the quantities are consistent with the recipes. So that's where the tips come from. Now on the TM7, we're able to put notes in. So you can actually add a note saying, oh, I don't add salt, or this recipe is not what I expected, or I would use, yeah, it's just your notes. Nobody gets to see that but yourself. Okay? So what I was going to walk me back, you're getting very close. I make chicken stock as well. So when I make my chicken stock, I make it the full contain. The recipe's in there. You use chicken thighs or chicken mince, and you just create your chicken stock. Once I've created the stock like it is now, if I wanted to do this, I would be able to do it, make this into a stock powder by putting it in either a hydrator, or what I did, I haven't got a hydrator, so I simply spread a tray rather thinly, not too thick because you want it to dry out, in the oven, low for about 4 hours. I think it was 100 degrees and I think I did it 4 hours. So once that came out of the oven, I crushed it all up and then I blitzed it in here, and which I've got chicken paste, chicken powder. So that's my chicken stock powder. No preservatives, no additives, beautiful. It is really nice. So I can use that instead of when I need to do a chicken stock, I will just use a teaspoon of this to replace the teaspoon that I didn't have, like I would use that rather than the stock that I would have in the fridge if I made paste. Okay. Hi, Joe. How are you? Look forward to seeing you next week. Everybody, I want you to have a great day. Enjoy your time. And don't forget, follow me on Tiny Nana's Home. Bye.